A lot of people may not get why people like this old CAT equipment so much, which just ain't that old. It's a 2000 model, but just the simplicity of it, you know, the servicing of it. It's not really that hard to get to. Maybe powertrain filter, you know, it's under there. It's a little aggravating, but there's your fuel filters. This door comes off. You just twist the two little handles and flip them and set the door out. Then this has two bolt holes. Holds that lower panel on, and they got a pocket that slides in at the bottom. And then on the other side is your engine oil filter in plain sight. Pretty much, you know, it's a big one. But right here, when you take that side panel off, so I kind of like these old things. Comment down below if you guys own any old CAT equipment and what you think about it. This is a D5M, like a 99 model. Doing a little more servicing. This is the back of the dozer, or as some people say, dozer. If you ever wonder where the hydraulic filter is, I just took a big wrench, broke that loose. Here she is, a 1R0719. Easy to get to, making a mess. That is nice. Here we are on this project, 4-foot pipe wrench. I'm gonna try to put the seal kit in this baby. And it actually came loose. I pulled on it, it actually come loose. So, well, we've made it this far. How you do this? Pick that pin back. After you get that collar broke loose with a 48-inch or larger pipe wrench, you take that collar loose, and then the head, it's this part, is just slid inside there, and the collar holds, this collar holds, goes on like that and holds it. I've got it flipped. So what you do is, once you get it out of there, you have to break that back line loose because it's got like suction inside the barrel. Barrel looks good. Nothing going on with it. And all we had was oil coming out of the seal right here, this one. So most likely it would just need these seals, but when you got it off, it's not much more to do this. But you take that pin out, you slide that rod out, flip it over, hold it up in there and watch, keep wood under it and stuff where you don't damage it. Slide the pin back through and it holds for you. And you take you an impact, this is a 46 millimeter, and you break this loose right here because this will hold it. And then you've got your piston, rod, head. You got seals, you got one here. You got seals inside here that rub against the rod, the cup seal and stuff. Then you've got this wire band, or whatever they call it, band and material. And we'll see about replacing that. Some of them's hard, you got to soak them and stuff. I'll look it over. If there's no cracks or anything in it, may just reuse those if the other ones are going to be difficult, but we'll check back in a minute. Here is our head. I call it a head, it may be called something else, but you got the O-ring, got like a wire sleeve and then like a U-cup seal or something right here. And you can tell like the seal's brittle and come out. Here is what they gave me. And I don't know if you can tell, but you can see the indentation. It is as big as my hand, the wire sleeve is. So when you further inspect it, here's the part number we ordered. And then there's the part number we got. So someone looked at this tag and was like, okay, I need a 2409939. The rich in the bin and got a 2440980 and said, well, that'll do. Got the right parts now, got the right parts kit. CAT's good about sending us our instructions. Breakdown of how the seals go in. Couple changes on the seals. Done installed the wiper seal, and here's the old wiper seal. It's gutted, but there's a little bit of an updated kind of double edge or something, but you can see it's got a small edge at the bottom and the top. Wipes both ways. And then you have a U-cup seal. A little bit updated material. These old ones used to be like a white looking color. Seem like they get a little more brittle. That one's real hard. Got the new one in. It's a light blue color. But them things are tough. They make a little tool that kind of goes on it like this and then like kinks it for you where you can slide it down in the head. But you can get around that if the seals ain't super cold or something. I'm in my shop, so they're not cold, but I've cleaned it up. One thing I always seen, for some reason, I've seen them soak these fiber rings in oil. This is the one that comes out of the bottom of this head right here. Right in this groove. It's hard to see, but you can see it right there. I've got them. I just kept them in the pack. There's one that goes on that also. And I've got them soaking in oil. So I turned them a couple times, let them soak. The only difference is we've got, I don't know what they call these seals. I may try to look it up for you. But you've got this that goes in it's right below the U-cup seal. So if you look down in there, it's the next groove. See the blue ring? Step down one more and you see like a dark groove. This goes in first. It's like a flexible support ring, and it goes deep down in the cut, the slice. Then this is like inside of it, like that, which I had to damage it. And it's like a nylon or whatever. This new one comes with like a two-piece also, except it looks a lot, I'll get it where you can see it. It looks a lot different. But it's some kind of updation, you know, what they do. And this gives you, this is a breakdown of the seal kit. There's everything that's in that seal kit. And I'm not sure what they're calling that, exactly. But, maybe this one talks about it. This one kind of gives you, right there it is, number 1 and number 2. But here's the instructions. It's saying, refer to illustration 1 in order to install the polyurethane buffer seal, number 1, in the inner groove of the cylinder head. Hydraulic cylinder head. Refer to illustration 1, that's in order to install the backup ring groove 2. So it's looking like, there's a picture, it gives you the orientation. You've got your U-cup seal, which is number 3, and it says, for the buffer seal and inner groove on the top of the polyurethane buffer seal. Make sure the backup ring, number 2, is facing toward the rod end. So that means, let me get it out here. Here's how it looks. It would be in there like this. It would be installed inside like this. You put that blue seal in, and then you get that. You got to watch those, whatever they are, polyurethane. No, it's like a plastic. They got a name for it. It's leaving my mind right now, but you got to watch that about bending it. Hit a bend and you'll kink it. So let's see how it goes. Well, we've got it. Got a little grease and a little bit of oil. For some reason, this may be everybody knows it, but back in the day when I was around the Caterpillar at my other job, we always used a little bit of hydraulic oil and a little bit of grease together, and that was super slippery because you got to watch, you don't want to cut any of these new seals. But we've got our new, this is the old one, we got a new wire band, whatever, a new, some kind of wiper seal or some kind of seal they call it. It's on this buffer seal. They're calling that a buffer seal. Got the new updated buffer seal. We got the U-cup and the wiper seal. And then you obviously got this. I ain't put that in yet. It's going to be this one. You've got O-ring, backup ring. O-ring goes towards the oil. So you'd have, usually I'm assembling like this, sitting like this, wiper seal oriented up. You would have your O-ring. This is the old one. Obviously, I don't know if it wasn't with it or wasn't on it or deteriorated, but this O-ring would go on, and then you install this nylon, that's the word I was looking for earlier, would go above it. So when I get it on there, I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, we're back, and there you go. You can tell. Now, one thing to remember, go all the way around this and make sure that little nylon ring is flat. It should sit like this, and it'll want to kind of curl and lay this way. You want it to be straight, because what's going to happen, oil pressure is the way it's designed, is going to hit the O-ring, then it's got that nylon, it's called a backup ring, and it's going to push it where it's not pushing it great against the steel. And it's just, I mean, it's called a backup ring. It does exactly what it says. It's backup. So now we'll move on to the piston. Alright, got the seals on the piston. And this seal right here is like a hard nylon outer. It's like it's flexible, but it's really hard. And then it's got it's inside. So it looks like this when it's in there. The soft ring is inside there. And this is just a wear ring. Sleeve, I don't know what they call it exactly. But look how good this is. This cylinder may have been built at some point, but there, Caterpillar. 6-jack 7264. We'll see what it looks like when it's all assembled and working. We got her assembled. Nothing's weeping. I ran it for about 15 minutes, greased it. Got the shims in it. 4 on each side, made it just a dead fit. Holds the grease in better, keeps the slop out. Call this one a success until we run it and see what happens. Well, we got everything clean. Caps down. Okay, I tried to keep the caps on the same side. Don't even know if it matters, but cleaned up in there. Look where the old, you can see where the old idler was wearing. It's already got like a notch in it, so it didn't wear that piece of steel out, but it was gouging it pretty good right there. But the biggest thing is, you know, when you're on a job site working, you know, to take one of these machines when you don't have a service truck and stuff. I know I got an excavator, but I ain't got no air tools. Got to thinking first we're gonna probably need a torch, different things. And this damage so far was contained just to the idler shaft. Didn't really get into much hurting anything other than that piece of roller frame wore some. So we just chose to ran it, or I did. Sometimes you do that as a business owner, but it seemed to work out so far. But here's one of the things I like about Caterpillar too. Not even that expensive, a couple dollars a bolt or something, but you can just look up. I called next morning, or I may have had them the same day, but it didn't matter. I just had them ship them in, and there's 4 new bolts, new washers. You know, they got part numbers on all their bolts. It makes it so easy. 8 Tom 0282 if anybody needs any. And then the washers, 5 Paul 8247. So that just, to me, you know, I'm getting ready to take the belly pans down on this. I ordered new belly pan bolts because 2 of them is all it's holding at a 6. They ain't even in there. Holes could be messed up, don't know, but just simple to call and get the things you need. That's one of the things I like about my local CAT dealer. So let's see how this goes back together. Alright, here's what we're looking for. This little notch, there's a thread in here. If you can get them touch each other here. Like what I'm doing is holding the right brake, putting it in reverse, and as I do that, this turns, brings the slack that we got, which we ain't got much left, back, and it'll close that gap. We are close, but it, you know, as this thing wore, it had all that slack, this moved forward, and I tightened the track up once, just lightly. So what we're going to have to do is loosen the track so we can get enough slack back here. And we would have it if we pulled this slack out of this, but it'd be easier just to let it out, get us a little more. I think we got the best of this one. Not supposed to look like that. Here's what the new one looks like.